What's up guys, Bryce here, and we're back at it again for another video, and today we'll be doing a Hotlap guide of Brazil. Now this track is definitely, I have to say, my favorite track on the whole F1 calendar. After basically doing all of them for league racing and really putting in hot laps and taking time into every track, I think this track along with Hungary is one of my two favorite tracks and the fastest tracks that I've been able to get. I have a pretty decent lap time of a 106.9, I believe, somewhere around there, but I still know that there's time to be improved on because not every corner that I got in this lap was perfect. So yeah, this track is one of my favorite tracks on the calendar. It's a really short lap if you think about it, but you really need to nail every single corner. So now going for the hot lap guide, going down to turn 1, using all of the track on the right hand side and swinging the car to the left for the center S's, hitting the left curb and getting a late apex on the second one because you really need to carry as much speed as you possibly can through the straightaway. DRS open as early as you can. I noticed that in this game compared to last game, there's a lot more trees like on the left hand side, and I think that really adds nice ambience to it, kind of, and you can really it looks more like it's in Brazil as in the last game. You can really tell as much as with the trees. And yeah, going through these corners here, it's really, you really have to line up these sequences of corners. Going down to this cool corner here, it's pretty much a downhill left-hander, and then you go back up the hill, and then for this corner you really need to bring the car to the left to get a late apex going into this corner right here. Then you have a left-hander and then another left-hander which brings you up to the straight. It's a super fast lap, and this track is just awesome. I really think it's great for racing and just has a really nice flow to it. And yeah, that was a pretty quick lap, but now we can show you guys more of an in-depth guide on the braking points and lines to take. So going down into turn 1, I usually put the car basically on the right hand side of the track, brake right before the 50 as soon as you possibly can. Third gear, use all the curb. Once the yellow ends, shift up to 4th gear. Went a little wide there, but try to get as best an exit as you possibly can, using curb on the right and curb on the left, as you guys can see here. And we carry the speed all the way to the DRS zone, open the DRS zone for this corner here. Brake around the 75. It's so easy to outbrake yourself, but it's so easy to brake too early as well. Get as much curb as you can on the inside as you can. Let the car go out wide here, but do not go too wide because you wouldn't validate it. I stayed tight to the inside there. Haven't figured out if staying tight or going wide gains you or loses you time. Right when you hit the 50 meter board, downshift gears, try to get a late apex on the first curb, on the second curb. Get your foot down the throttle as soon as you can. Use curb on the left. Right when it ends, shift down to 2nd gear. I missed this curb here, as you can see here. That's more time to be gained. You want to take as much curbs out as you can and swing the car back to the left. Use the curb to rotate the car a little bit. Stay tight around here. Short shift and use the curb on the right as a really nice exit to give you more track space. Go straight to the left hand side. Once the curb on the right starts, you want to brake, get a super late apex. This is really key here because the next corner, as you can see here, the exit of the track is really tight, and this will give you a good run onto this left-hander. Going down into the last corner here, braking right in the middle of the 50, almost before the 50, and get a really nice exit here. Try not to go too much on that curb on the left and also on the right. The right curb is super slippery if you really just hit it the wrong way. And here I'm staying tight on the left-hand side just to minimize the distance to the line. And here we come across the line. That gives us a 106.8 or 9. So a really awesome track, that I really enjoy well. A few things to talk about: just don't use too much of the curb on that last corner, and really try to be smooth through here, smooth with the gears and everything like that. The setup that I have is a race setup that I created, and you guys can use it for your league races, career races, 50% races, whatever you want. And yeah, thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. Really happy that I was able to reach that goal, and it's really amazing that I finally reached that goal after such a long time. And I'm gonna continue to make videos, and yeah, it's pretty awesome that I was able to reach that goal. And yeah, this track is pretty awesome, and we have a league race, or I have a league race this weekend, so I'm really looking forward to that. And now let me show you guys the setup. So now for the setup that I'm running, as you can see here, we have 3/6 wings, give you good straight line speed, 50-55 for the rotation, suspension geometry, right, left for as much aggression as possible. So For the suspension, we have 2, 4, 4, 9, 2, 3. This gives you really good balance and really a lot of stability when following other cars. And 2, 3 for the ride height, pretty low. But really the stability is key around here, especially during races, especially when you're following other cars. For the brakes, I use 99, 50. I felt like 100 was too much, and just that one click allowed me to not lock up as much. And the tire pressures are minimum tire pressures for reducing tire heat, and also you get a bit more traction but less responsiveness. So that's what I like. You can use maybe 1 click or 2 clicks up, and that will give you good just a bit more responsiveness and a little bit more straight line speed, but that's what I prefer. You can use 2 6 wings if you find that the front end is good enough for you, but I use 3 6. So thank you guys so much for watching. That was my Brazil hot lap guide, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.